So, like, you know, basically, right? To some people, that is a complete sentence. Now, if those sounds and words sounded familiar, then this video is for you. Because filler words don't just interrupt your speech, they quietly weaken your authority. Everyone uses filler. Me, you, professional speakers, politicians, poets on their way to becoming a slam champion, everyone, right? But it should be limited. The goal isn't perfection, it's awareness. Because once you start noticing filler, you can then begin to replace it with something much more powerful. So now the obvious question is, what on earth is filler, the poet on fire? Well, filler is anything that doesn't move your message forward. Any words or sounds that don't actually pass across meaningful information. And there are two kinds. We have verbal and non-verbal filler. Now let's start with the obvious one. So the obvious one is non-verbal filler. That's your And why do we do this? It's because our brain is searching for what to say next. It's stalling and it's making noise to fill in the gaps. In fact, I've even seen some people do it as a sort of flex, trying to copy a certain accent or actor. Like there's certain people that say like Barack Obama, for example. Let me be clear. That type of thing. That was a horrible accent, but you get the point, right? So we're searching, but it makes you look to the audience like you don't know what you're talking about, or you don't have all the knowledge put together. And then we have the not so obvious one, which is verbal filler. These are words like. I like to use like a lot. Forgive me. Basically, literally, actually, and it's very specific to people and preferences. So you'll notice that you have a friend that always uses a certain word when they're thinking of something. That's the verbal filler. Now, it's not always incorrect in the sentence, but it weakens your message and it becomes a pattern that people pick up on once you don't know what you're talking about anymore. And now I can already read your mind once again. The poet on fire. How on earth do we remove this scourge that is filler that's terrorizing our speech? Calm down. Let me explain. So, there are a few things that you can do to reduce filler and effectively make your speech better. The first one is replace the filler with a pause. When you're thinking, pause. And then say what you need to say. Don't say don't say literally, don't say basically. Just pause. A pause sounds way longer to you than it does to your audience. It actually makes you sound more profound. The second thing that you can do is slow down. Speaking quickly actually induces nervousness as well. So once you're doing that, you're almost forcing yourself to grasp at things instead of calming down, speaking with an even, calm cadence, and saying the words you need to say. Third thing that you can do is improve your vocabulary, because you're usually reaching for words that may not be in your surface lexicon. So improving your vocabulary will allow you to speak with more precise words and search less and use filler less. And finally, we can do what Vin Liang said we should do. I'm not sure if that's his name or if I've butchered it, but Vin, we all know Vin, glasses, spiky hair. He said that there's this method that you can do where you record yourself and you first listen to yourself without looking at the video. Then you watch yourself without listening to the audio, and then you watch the entire thing together, and you'll be able to pick up so many inaccuracies and faults and filler that you can remove. So that's something you can do. You're welcome. Here's something funny. Most people are afraid of silence, so they rush to fill up all of the empty spaces in their speech with filler, verbal and non-verbal. But confident speakers understand that silence isn't awkward, unnecessary words are. It reminds me of the writing of William Strunk in the book The Elements of Style, which is a book about writing, but it applies to speech as well. Vigorous writing is concise. So is vigorous speech. So you need to remove anything that's unnecessary. Now, if you think that I left anything out. If you enjoyed this, if you didn't enjoy it, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you next time. Peace, love, progress.